I want to be comfortable in my clothes. Another one I hear from every single client I work with, and today I want to talk about the whole idea of comfort and comfortable in your clothing and in your style. Hello, I'm Kristen from Kristen Kane Style. Welcome. Thrilled that you are here today. Thank you for joining. Okay, this conversation is part 2. I'm doing a 4-part series on words that I hear most often when I work with clients and when I speak with women and when they share with me what their struggle is with regards to having a wardrobe that truly lights them up. And comfortable is usually near the top of the list, that they want to look comfortable and that somehow that interferes with the idea of looking and feeling stylish. So if you don't know who I am, I will back up a moment. I am Kristen Kane from Kristen Kane Style. I am a style and mindset coach, and I help women create wardrobes they love wearing. I can help you create a wardrobe you love wearing. I do that here. I do that over on Instagram. I have an email list. If you're not on it, hop on it. I send some good information to my email list. I would love to have you join. There's a link down below. Style therapy is the way I work one-on-one with clients. So if you want more guidance and more assistance and one-on-one coaching with your own personal style than you can get from my videos and from Instagram and my content in my emails, I would love to work with you. So style therapy. The most important thing to know right this minute is that the price is going up on November 1st, 2023. So if you have been on the fence and kind of have put style therapy kind of on the back burner, you really want to do it, but it hasn't been the right time, you're not sure, and if price is of any consideration, the price is going up on November 1st. So if you want to do it now, it is $2,000. It includes all the things that will get you the transformation that you want, will help you create the results you want to create within your style. We do a full closet edit. We really define what your style goals are. We come up with what your words are that are going to be the litmus test when you edit something out or when you bring something new in or when you get dressed, so that you know that you are dressing authentically and are keeping your wardrobe and your outfits in alignment with who you want to be when you get dressed and how you want to show up in your clothing. I want every single piece in your wardrobe to light you up. And oftentimes clients, when they first come to me, feel like there is just no way they could achieve that. And I promise you, there is not any reason you can't have a closet full of pieces that really, truly light you up. There is no reason to have things hanging in there that don't. So style therapy will get you from where you are right now, which is likely stuck and overwhelmed and frustrated and just about your wardrobe, to a place where you actually love getting dressed and it happens effortlessly and with lots of ease. And on the other side of putting your clothes on, you really truly have the confidence to just face your day and know that you look great. If you would like to book a one-on-one consult call where I can help you decide if style therapy is a good fit, there's a link down below for that. If you are ready, if you're like, nope, I have listened to you long enough and I really know that style therapy will help me, there is a link down below that will take you right to the application and you can get started today. Style therapy. Price goes up November 1st. If you want to get in now while the price is still $2,000 for the entire package, I urge you to do so. Okay. Comfort. Let's talk about comfortable. First of all, I want to start at the top by telling you that honestly, I do not own any clothing that is not comfortable. And if a piece sneaks in because I am fooled at a store or a thrift shop into thinking that a piece is going to serve a purpose and be comfortable while it's serving that purpose, and it turns out that when I get it home, it is actually not that comfortable, it does not stay. I do not allow things in my wardrobe that are not comfortable. I have a pretty firm rule. There might be a couple that aren't quite what I would categorize as clothing I could wear overnight on an airplane. But I have a pretty firm belief that everything in my closet should be able to be worn on a long haul flight or on a flight in general, because I find that airplane seats sometimes are when I notice that my clothing isn't all that comfortable. So if there are pieces of clothing that I would not wear on an airplane, I truly question why they are in my wardrobe, and I make decisions to get them out. Shoes are a different story because shoes aren't usually what I notice are uncomfortable on the airplane. It's more clothing. So shoes, if they're not comfortable the minute I purchase them, I do not purchase them. I don't actually allow in my own personal wardrobe an opportunity for shoes to break in. I have no time for that. And there are lots of influencers who work with specifically a very high-end shoe brand, which I will not name, but a very high-end shoe brand. I do not own any of their shoes. And primarily I've never even tried them on. I've never even explored trying them on, because every single influencer I follow who talks about this shoe brand, and they offer their codes and they share all these great benefits of these shoes, every single one of them talks about where to position the Band-Aids while they're breaking in these shoes of all different shapes and sizes. Like the shoes aren't just one pair of shoes from this brand. It's kind of the brand in general. Every time they get a new pair of shoes from this brand and they are promoting them, they're talking about how to break them in, because they're not that comfortable when you purchase them. And they are not inexpensive shoes, upwards of $300 and $400. I have absolutely no tolerance for that. I don't have tolerance for it at a $29 pair in Target, and I have absolutely no tolerance if they are $300 or $400 shoes. I want my shoes to be comfortable the minute I put them on. I have no time to break in my shoes. There are comfortable shoes out there, and so I feel like that is something that I can expect of my shoes. So that was kind of a tangent on what I allow with regards to comfort in my own wardrobe. But let me back up and get to the actual beginning of what I'm here to talk about with regards to part 2 in this series of words that I hear on repeat about what women want from their wardrobe. So I want my clothing to be comfortable. Comfortable, if we look kind of in the dictionary for the idea of comfortable, what we come up with is providing physical ease or relaxation, complacent, enjoyable, serene, satisfying, useful, and cozy. So I love that cozy is tacked on there. So comfortable can be an idea of how it actually feels on your body, or how at ease you are with it on your body when we're talking about clothing in this context. So it can be, does the piece actually feel good against your skin and on your body, or how comfortable is that piece with regards to the authenticity that you're trying to bring into your wardrobe and to your, life when you get dressed. So it could be, a really frilly, beautiful dress that has a very plunging back. I probably am not going to be comfortable in that, because at this point, I don't really need a big plunging open back in a dress. So it's not that the garment might not be physically comfortable against my skin, but I'm not going to be comfortable. That garment isn't something that makes me feel comfortable wearing it out into the world, because that might not be a style that I'm into right now, just for an example. So as with the put together idea that I talked about last week, the concept of comfortable is very vague. So your brain is not exactly sure what to do with it, so it doesn't do anything with it. It just keeps allowing you to repeat the idea that your clothing needs to be comfortable. And likely you've come up with an equation with regards to your wardrobe and your outfits that is comfortable, and then you just keep repeating it. So it could be sweatpants, it could be jeans that are not really that great looking on you, but they're comfortable, so you keep wearing them. I see this a lot with shoes. Women have broken in their shoes to the point where they are really comfortable, and they haven't really taken great care of them. They're not polishing them, they're not having them cleaned or resoled. So the shoes don't look that great, but they're comfortable. And comfort is one of those things that women are very hesitant, understandably, to sacrifice. They believe, they've learned somewhere that that style has to be uncomfortable. And I just fundamentally don't believe that. And I think maybe that's born of the corseted days and the days when things needed to be tighter and more form-fitting, and maybe we weren't physically comfortable in that style, and maybe we also weren't comfortable just as an authenticity thing, like that didn't really represent us in the best way. And so all of that is out the window now. So the first thing you need to do is tell your brain what comfortable means to you. What are your requirements for comfortable? Because as I mentioned last week with the put together video, our brain needs to have more to grab onto when we want it to solve a problem. If the problem is big and vague, our brain pays no attention to it. It does not solve for it. But if the problem can be broken down into very specific issues or very specific criteria, then our brain can start to find that. Okay, comfort. Comfortable to me is whatever that looks like for you. And that's what you need to ask yourself. How do I define comfortable with regards to my wardrobe, both in how I physically feel and how I look and how it works with my mind with regards to, it just isn't authentic for me to be wearing a dress that has a wide open back or a plunging front, whatever that, I'm just using that as an example. What does comfortable mean to you? What does comfortable look like to you? What does comfortable feel like to you? Start to get clear on what comfortable is, and understand that style and comfort are not mutually exclusive. You can have both. You can have great, incredible personal style that lights you up and that you love wearing, and it can be comfortable on your body. It can be comfortable enough for you to take a nap in. It can be comfortable enough for you to get down on the floor and play with your children or your grandchildren. It can be comfortable enough for a road trip or an airplane ride, and you can still look chic and amazing. Currently, especially currently, we have such an incredible array of fabrics that are performance fabrics that stretch and move with our bodies. We're not in old boiled wool, not that there's anything wrong with boiled wool, but we're not in fabrics that are stuffy and stiff and uncomfortable. There are so many options to choose from. And we have had this pandemic situation, which has allowed everyone to understand that we could be at home for an extended period of time. And when we're home, we want comfort clothing. We want our clothing to really cocoon us and make us feel cozy and like our best selves, even when we're lounging around. And so brands have created lots of elastic waists and lots of stretchier fibers and lots of things that are more luxurious and soft to the touch, so that we can be more comfortable, whether we're working from home, whether we're going back into the workforce, or whether we're hanging at home, and watching a movie and lounging. There is a way to get dressed and look sharp and look put together and be comfortable. They're not mutually exclusive. You don't choose from stylish or comfort. You learn how to make your version of great style be comfortable on your body. And so with regards to defining that for you, comfort can be, you can ask it from the question of what's within your comfort zone. If short skirts aren't in your comfort zone, then if you have short skirts in your closet currently, they're probably not comfortable. Even if they physically feel okay on you, if they're no longer something that you really want to wear, then they probably don't belong in your closet because they're not falling under your definition of what's comfortable with regards to a great wardrobe. And when I say comfort zone, sometimes when you are rebuilding or elevating or kind of revamping your style, you do need to step out of your comfort zone. Like that is possible. It is possible that is something that needs to happen in order for you to have the style you really want to create, that you've gotten comfortable in a negative way in this space that isn't actually serving you so well with regards to getting dressed. But that isn't a constant. You don't constantly have to step out of your comfort zone unless that's your choice, unless you always want to be reinventing yourself on a pretty regular basis or challenging yourself to wear things that are way outside of your comfort zone. That is not a requirement. In fact, I would definitely get exhausted by that and overwhelmed. I want women to stretch out of their comfort zone enough to really identify what's authentic for them right now, so that they are not holding back and living as a version of themselves they maybe were before. They are leaning into, okay, I'm willing to get out of the comfort zone that I used to live in, and now I'm in a new space where I'm just really comfortable with the clothing I have and in the way I put it together and in how I look and feel when I get dressed. And how do the clothes feel on your body? That's the other thing you really need to get clear on. And if it's a matter of taking a Saturday afternoon and physically putting on every single piece in your closet and getting clear on how it feels and paying attention to that. Does this itch? Is it tight under the armpits? Is the neck too low? And every time I go to sit down, I have to readjust it so it's not too plunging and showing my bra or other things. Is it that these pants are just too tight in the rise, like the rise is too short? Are they too tight in the waist? Are they digging in and I can't breathe and I can't eat? Are these shoes just pinching my little toe? Pay attention. We so often just accept things that don't feel great because we think we have to. And that is not to say scrap your entire wardrobe and buy all new clothes. I'm not saying that at all. Certainly there are pieces in your wardrobe that likely fit and feel comfortable on your today body. But if there are pieces that don't, allow yourself to let go of those. There is no reason to be wearing uncomfortable shoes. There are lots of options out there, and you deserve to have clothing that is comfortable and makes you look and feel amazing. The other thing I want to mention with regards to comfort, so often my clients say, well, my body has changed and now these things aren't comfortable, but I'm still wearing them because I'm hoping that they'll fit again or that they won't feel so uncomfortable. I would ask you to honor your today body and only have clothing in your wardrobe that is comfortable on your body right now. Nothing has gone wrong. Bodies are designed to change. We are not supposed to stay the same, or we would still look like infants. Like, we are supposed to change through the entire course of our life. Our body is supposed to keep changing. And so to beat yourself up about that and to force yourself into clothing that isn't comfortable is just unfair. It's unfair to you. There is no reason for it. So I would urge you to pay attention to how your clothing feels on your today body. Maybe I used to wear wool. I used to wear wool all the time. It didn't bother me at all. Wool now bothers my skin, so I don't wear it anymore. I had plenty of pants that I loved prior to the pandemic, Post-pandemic and post-menopause, those pants are no longer in my wardrobe because they don't feel comfortable on me. They didn't feel comfortable on me, so now they're gone. So honor the body that you're in today and how it wants to look and feel when it gets dressed. Because just because you used to wear wool and you have all these great wool sweaters, if wool itches your skin right now, that is not comfortable. And it's just making getting dressed and looking and feeling amazing more difficult. And it doesn't have to be hard, I promise. And sometimes you need to stay in the clothing a little longer than just trying it on and looking in the mirror, because I have done that with pieces and thought, well, they look great and I just need to wear it. Only then to finally get around to wearing it and realizing then that it was too tight in the arms, or that I couldn't push up the sleeves, or that the shoes actually did not feel all that great when I wore them for more than 15 minutes or a half an hour. So sometimes it is a matter of getting in a piece for the entire day and really evaluating at the end of the day, how did that piece actually feel on my body? Did it feel authentic to me? Am I comfortable in it because it's actually how I want to look and feel when I get dressed? Was it comfortable on my skin and on my body? And then evaluate, does this piece get to stay or not stay? There is no reason that you can't have the style that you want and also be comfortable. That does not mean that you have to be in sweatpants, in thick, fleecy cotton jersey sweatpants that are a couple sizes too big, because that allows for comfort. There is a way to feel comfortable, whatever comfortable means to you, because every woman is going to have a different definition. Some women are really happy in a pretty snug sweater or shirt that has a really great fit. Some women are much happier in something that's a little bit larger and a little bit looser. There is no wrong answer. It all works. You can make it all work. It's a matter of really getting clear on what is comfortable to you, defining what comfort means to you, both with regards to the pieces and the way they look and their authenticity for you, and also with the way the fabrics and the pieces and the cuts and the shapes feel on your body and how comfortable they are. I'm excited to keep going with this series. I would love to know what your feeling is with regards to comfortable. Have you excluded whole categories because you've decided that they aren't comfortable, when maybe you just need to find a different version? Because I see that a lot. Women will just arbitrarily decide, nope, I cannot wear blazers because they're really uncomfortable. Yet, especially today, there are all sorts of great knit options or oversized options that actually would be much more comfortable than the blazer version that they gave up on a decade ago and have never owned a blazer since, but they kind of would like to. So where are those pieces, and what are those areas where you have maybe made a decision about something not being comfortable and you're just not willing to revisit it, but you'd really like to, and kind of play around with that so that you can have comfort and style and they can beautifully, peacefully coexist in your wardrobe. That's all I got for today. I am on Instagram every Tuesday doing a live style Q&A. So if you have a question, you can put it down here in the comments and just note that it's for Instagram and I will answer it next week. Or you can hop over to Instagram. If you're not following me already, I am at Kristen Kane Style over there as well. And I put a question box up on Sunday or Monday. You can drop your question in there and I will answer it. You can also DM me over there. I love getting your questions. They can be about absolutely anything style related, anything that is bugging you or that you're struggling with or you're looking for or you're wondering how to resolve. I love answering your questions. So hop over there and ask one. And I will be back next Friday with another video, the third in this series of words and concepts that women are constantly asking me, how they get there. How can I be comfortable in my wardrobe? How can I look put together every time I get dressed? The next couple are good ones too, so I'm excited to dive into those. I will be back next Friday with a new video. And finally, style therapy. If you're ready to work with me one-on-one, now is the time to do it. On November 1st, the price will go up. So if you want to get in now while it is still $2,000, I urge you to do that. There is an application link below. That's all I got. I hope you have a really beautiful week, and I'll see you next Friday. Thanks so much for being here.